And welcome back to Capitol Review. I'm Mark Hall. June is Pride Month and a lot of events taking place in the DMV. And joining us now on Capitol Review is Sahand Miraminy. He's the Director of Operations at Capitol Pride Alliance. Sahand, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Well, as you know, the Pride Parade taking place this weekend, along with so many other events in the region. Talk about what the parade represents and all the other weekend events represent, and quite frankly, what does the month represent?
Oh, it's just such an exciting time for our organization. And, you know, this parade and all of the events that we are hosting this weekend really represent 49 years of Capitol Pride in Washington, D.C. It represents the work of those that came before us, and it also represents the work that still needs to be done. So Pride is a time of celebration, but Pride began as a protest. And so this is also our community's opportunity to share with DC, but also the world, you know, where we've come from, what we've accomplished, and what we still need to do.
Sahand, you brought it up. There's still work that needs to be done. Are we seeing progress in LGBTQ plus rights, or is there still work to be done? As you know, there are some states here in 2024 that still have anti-LGBTQ plus legislation on the books.
Right. You know, and it is a concerning time. Just in the last few years, you know, there's been hundreds of bills that have been introduced throughout the nation targeting LGBTQ folks, particularly those in the transgender community and LGBTQ youth as well. And you know, I think sometimes this comes in ebbs and flows. You know, something that's promising, I think, to remember is that we've seen much darker days in the past. Those that, you know, were fighting for rights, you know, for many years, whether we're talking about Stonewall or during the AIDS crisis. You know, there's always a path forward. I think the issue that we have now is that there's not many conversations that are being had between, you know, the different sides in sort of a way that, you know, just helps the situation. So, you know, for me, I don't consider myself a very political person, but one thing that I do know is that speaking to humans, human to human, always improves the situation. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about the LGBTQ community, who we are and what we stand for. And, you know, for Pride, I think my hope is that it just opens people's eyes and ears, and that we just want the same rights as everyone else.
You know, a lot of people would agree with you, just people just talking, communicating face to face. It just seems like, Sahand, when that happens, you find out just how much in common that you have with someone that maybe you thought you didn't have common interest with.
That's right. Yeah, I tell people I spend half my time in D.C. and the other half in a small rural town in Pennsylvania. And, you know, when I told my friends that I was moving there, a lot of folks were concerned. And I will say that there was a little bit of concern on my end when I first went there. But what I found is that when you're a nice neighbor to someone, when you have a friendship or relationship with someone, that's really how you win people over. And you know, I think a lot of movements throughout this country are done out of, you know, reaction and trauma, and sometimes it's really difficult to not want to scream about these things, especially when people's lives are at stake. So there's, you know, there's always a balance, but as far as I go, I usually just try to change people's hearts with energy and kindness.
Well, Sahand, what else needs to be done to move the movement forward for equality and rights for members of the LGBTQ plus community? What else needs to be done? You talked about the importance of having that one-on-one interaction, but do more people need to be advocating on the steps of Congress and, you know, also at state capitals around the country? What else needs to be done to move this movement forward?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, a big piece of it is legislation and going to the steps of a lot of these government buildings, but a lot of it also just falls to the local school groups and school boards and church basements and a lot of these decision makers in areas that actually really impact especially the youth that are going through this allowing sex education to be more inclusive, to include LGBTQ folks, and through that education. So there's so many different ways to go about it, but it's amazing. The smaller sort of meta groups are what really impact a lot of people on a day-to-day basis. So those local organizations that need the funding to provide services for homeless LGBTQ youth, or provide medical services for transgender people who need them, those avenues are what really will make a difference in people's lives.
Sahand Miraminy, thank you so very much for joining us.